Did you know that Marvel superheroes are closer to reality than we think?
Have you ever wondered how Daredevil, with all his uncanny abilities, can still navigate the world perfectly fine, even though he's completely blind?
Well, I'm sure you heard the line, when one sense is damaged, the others are heightened. But is that really true?
Well, yes, it is true. And it's all thanks to
Neuroplasticity! Neuroplasticity, also known as neuroplasticity or brain plasticity, is a process that involves adaptive structural and functional changes to the brain.
So when you're learning a new skill, recovering from an injury, or just mastering your skills on a hobby, remember your brain is like Daredevil's superpower. It always constantly evolves and adapts to make you stronger, better, and smarter and sharper.
Oliver Sacks, a British neurologist and psychologist, was a pioneer of our knowledge of the brain's adaptive qualities. As an author, he is best known for his collections of neurological case histories.
We will be covering his national bestseller, The Mind's Eye, published in 2010.
The book explores fundamental skills humans require to navigate the world around them.
The book recalls case studies of patients who've lost what the consensus considers indispensable senses, such as the power of speech and the capacity to read and identify objects in one's surroundings. The first case study that we will examine is from the chapter Recalled to Life. It is a chapter that revolves around the psychological damage of aphasia and how the brain adapts to cope to traumatic brain injuries.
My mom, Patricia H., has been in a coma for weeks after suffering a massive cerebral hemorrhage. When she wakes up, the world will be different for her and for us. Aphasia has taken away her ability to communicate with words, but her mind is still sharp.
Hey Mom, it's me, Lori. It's okay, you're safe. Aphasia is a language disorder caused by brain damage. It's not about intelligence. My mom still understands a lot, but her brain is still sharp. Yet she cannot communicate whatever she thinks. Yes, Mom, that's your art. You're a very dynamic artist, giving these pieces life. You always knew how to express your emotions through art. After her stroke, Mom was diagnosed with severe expressive aphasia. That means she struggles to form words, but can still think, feel, and understand. We've created this, a Bible, a notebook with words, pictures, to help her communicate. Mom, you need coffee? I can get you some coffee. You see, aphasia doesn't just affect speaking. It's about all forms of communication. Even understanding others can be hard sometimes, but the brain is amazing. It can rewire itself. With time and therapy, things can improve.
Simple activities like making coffee or painting help Mom stay connected to the world she loves. However, they are more than just routine tasks. Engagement in multiple cognitive processes such as planning, decision-making, motor coordination, and visual spatial skills aid to maintain cognitive function and stimulate brain areas involved with communication.
Even with aphasia, creativity and non-verbal expression remains unaffected. Mom's mind is still full of ideas, even if she can't say them out loud. Painting, for example, involves integration of visual perception, fine motor control, and creative thinking, all of which contribute to cognitive engagement and neuroplasticity, an activity that provides opportunities for the brain to practice and reinforce communication-related skills. Go. Social interaction is crucial for recovery, but aphasia can be isolating. People with aphasia often find it hard to start conversations, and this can lead to loneliness even when they're surrounded by others. This can cause depression and decrease overall well-being. But there are ways to reconnect. Nonverbal communication, gestures, and even just being in the present world are crucial for those experiencing aphasia to be valued, which is vital for their emotional and psychological well-being. You're doing so well, Mom. You're getting stronger every day.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you did it!
Mimicry or mimesis is one of the oldest forms of communication. It's something our brain holds onto even while language is lost. Mom has gotten so good at reading gestures and expressing herself through mime, it's almost like it's a new language for us.
Neuroscience has shown that the brain has a greater capacity for recovery and plasticity than previously believed, allowing for continued improvement even years after a stroke. Past depiction abilities, like reading gestures and expressing herself through mime, become remarkably heightened. This is the brain adapting to the loss of function in the damaged area by strengthening existing connections based around her skill of art or by performing new ones in other regions, such as her expression of mime.
Aphasia is a language disorder caused by brain damage. It's not about intelligence. Mom still understands a lot, but finding the words is like trying to grab smoke. Even years after a stroke, Mom's brain continues to adapt. Neuroscience tells us that recovery can happen long after initial injury. It's not about getting back to exactly where she was before, but it's about finding new ways to live and to express and to connect.
Neuroscience has shown that the brain has a greater capacity for recovery and plasticity than previously believed, allowing for continued improvement even years after a stroke. Past depiction abilities, like reading gestures and expressing herself through mime, become remarkably heightened. This is the brain adapting to the loss of function in the damaged area of strengthening existing connections based around her skill of art or by forming new ones in other regions, such as her expression of mime. In 1991, Lillian Collier, a celebrated pianist, faced an unusual challenge. Although her visual acuity for letters was intact, she struggled to read both words and musical scores. Her condition prompted numerous consultations with specialists.
The notes are clearly visible, but I can't make sense of them.
This discrepancy led to a search for answers. Despite clear vision, Lillian's inability to read music and later words was perplexing. Her journey would reveal the complexities of the brain's processing systems. Lillian Collier?
Here, Dr. Sachs.
Lillian, your symptoms suggest pure alexia, a rare condition where reading is impaired while writing remains intact. This phenomenon, especially affecting your musical notation, is known as musical alexia.
What does that mean for my future? Why is it happening?
The posterior visual cortex, responsible for visual processing, is likely degenerating. We'll need to monitor this and support your adaptation. Lillian's condition, while rare, involves a progressive loss of visual recognition. The adaptability of the brain's neural networks will be crucial in her journey. Lillian's condition, while rare, involves a progressive loss of visual recognition. The adaptability of the brain's neural networks will be crucial in her journey. Lillian's condition exemplifies the brain's intricate cognitive functions. The posterior visual cortex, crucial for processing visual stimuli, was affected. Despite losing the ability to read, Lillian used her auditory memory to compensate.
Music has become my refuge. It's how I communicate with the world.
Lillian's social interactions were profoundly impacted by her condition. Her visual agnosia led to social withdrawal and reliance on cloud for daily tasks. Lillian, how are you managing with everyday tasks?
I nearly walked off with Dr. Sachs' bag, mistaking it for my own. I'm adapting, but it's not easy.
Lillian's humor and resilience were vital. Her ability to maintain social relationships and a sense of humor amidst adversity is a testament to the importance of social support in managing cognitive impairments. The MRI shows no immediate abnormalities. but the PET scan indicates reduced metabolic activity in the posterior visual cortex. This suggests a degenerative process.
Oh no, but what does that mean for my day-to-day life?
It means we'll need to adapt your environment and rely on your auditory and tactile strengths. The brain's functional adaptation will be essential. Biologically, Lillian's condition involves the progressive degeneration of the posterior visual cortex. This affects her ability to process visual information while sparing basic functions like acuity and color perception. Lillian's coping strategies involve using color, shape, and tactile cues to navigate her environment. Her adaptation included creating mental maps and relying on non-visual senses.
I use texture and smell to identify spices and locate items around my kitchen. It's all about finding new ways to manage.
Lillian's strategies highlight the role of adaptive behavior in managing cognitive deficits. Her use of sensory information beyond visual illustrates the brain's capacity for functional compensation. By 2002, Lillian faced further deterioration, yet her love for music remained a source of joy and expression.
Wow. Despite the challenges, my passion for music endures. It connects me with the world beyond my visual limitations.
Lillian Kalir's story exemplifies the intersection of biology, cognitive psychology, and social adaptation. Her resilience and creativity provide a profound lesson on the power of the human spirit and the brain's adaptability.
Lillian's journey through progressive visual impairment demonstrates the intricate balance of cognitive functions, biological changes, and social support. Her story is a beacon of resilience, adaptability, and the enduring impact of personal passion. In facing adversity, Lillian Kalar's life teaches us about the strength of the mind, the importance of creative adaptation, and a profound role of empathy and support in navigating neurological challenges. As we wrap our exploration of neuroplasticity through the fascinating case studies of Patricia and Lillian, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound insights we've gained.
Through Patricia's journey, we've seen firsthand how the brain's incredible ability to adapt can transform lives. Despite severe aphasia and a stroke, Patricia's brain utilized neuroplasticity to forge new paths for communication. Her artistic talents and nonverbal expressions became crucial tools for her recovery. This illustrates that even when primary functions are compromised, the brain can rewire itself to maintain and even enhance other abilities.
Similarly, like Lillian Kalar's story reveals the complexities of visual processing and adaptation. Struggling with musical alexia, Lillian's brain faced challenge of losing visual recognition while retaining auditory skills. Her ability to continue playing music, relying on memory and auditory perception, underscores their brain's flexibility. Neuroplasticity allowed her to adapt to her new reality, showing that our cognitive functions can reorganize to compensate for lost abilities.
These cases illuminate the core principle of neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. This remarkable adaptability is not limited to recovery from injury, but extends to learning, creativity, and even aging. Neuroplasticity is a testament to the resilience of the human mind.
In summary, Patricia and Lillian's experience teaches us that human brain is not a static organ, but a dynamic system capable of remarkable adaptation. Neuroplasticity offers us a
Offers hope and demonstrates. I just reset your paragraph, so cut it out.
In summary, Patricia and Lillian's experiences teach us that the brain...
Let's run back.
In summary, Patricia and Lillian's experiences teach us that the human brain is not a static organ, but a dynamic system capable of remarkable adaptation. Neuroplasticity offers hope and demonstrates the potential growth and recovery even in the face of significant challenges. Their stories remind us of the power of perseverance, the importance of support, and the boundless possibilities of the human mind.
Thank you for joining us in this enlightening journey through the world of neuroplasticity. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity for the brain to adapt and evolve. And with the right support and determination, we can all find new ways to thrive.